Three work the conglomerate of three.
Three caballeros?
The ancient society of the three.
There are a lot of threes.
There
Yeah,
are.
the
Caballeros,
three.
amigos, musketeers.
There are too many threes.
That's it. We need to break meat so that we can break the tradition of threes.
I know. I like how we're still called the Brickettes, and Brick isn't even here.
I'm not.
I mean,
I'm not the
I was never part of it.
No, the voice channel is called the. Oh yeah, you were.
I know, but
You're a nonconformist.
I was not in that one stream. The one stream I missed.
Where everything went awry. We ended up. Everyone got a new name. Yeah. That was quite the event. It's quite the happenstance. So hi everybody, welcome to this Tempcast stream that I started a little bit ago and people didn't notice.
I noticed.
Oh, cool. How's everyone doing? We're here to talk about news at your face, same time, same place. Although we did skip ahead an hour, about 13 hours ago. So that was a thing. Just time zone wise. So yeah, I suppose we'll introduce ourselves then. Yeah.
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 I'm at the top now, aren't I? Jesus criminy, I gotta change my name. Hi, I'm Horkalongimus Contrivington, I believe. Horkalongimus Contrivington. Yes, that's right.
Hi, my name is Notes Are Fucking Pinned.
I am boring Piotr still.
Hey, you're our rock, Pio. You're our source of
Yeah,
consistency.
rock!
The anti-brick briquette. So,
Wait,
what is
if I'm a rock, can I become a brick if you, like, you know...
if we shape you
Chisel
nicely,
me?
yeah. I mean,
One day.
if we get you to the
I
gym,
wanted
and that was. Sorry about that. I'll just.
No, you're not.
No, I'm really not. But I mean, I am. But listen, don't confuse me.
You confuse yourself.
I just am confused. So
But did you hurt yourself in...
I did. I hurt. And then I got put to sleep the immediate turn after that.
Understandable.
Speaking of being put to sleep and things that should be that, Left Alive. It released recently. Has anyone heard about that?
And it also disabled streaming for the Japanese release so that Americans apparently wouldn't see it.
Yeah, no,
what I heard.
So
Well,
we wouldn't see
no.
it's Americans and Japanese audiences. They're just censoring streams on the PS4
Yeah,
worldwide.
but the thought is that they censored the streams preemptively before the launch in America so that people wouldn't notice, like, it's so bad.
You could stream for the first 2
The game
days.
actually... Yeah.
Yeah. So,
Yeah, but they didn't know it was so bad until those 2 days.
yeah, so that's what I'm
But
saying.
then it wasn't pre-launch, it was after the launch.
Yeah.
It was just damage control and what really shouldn't be damage control.
Yeah, it's basically just censoring to try and save face. The same thing developers are doing with going to Epic Store because, like, you can't see feedback. It's like, well, we don't want people to see how bad the game is. And yeah, apparently it's
You should go to Reddit instead. Use other platforms to contact us, like our own personal sites where we can block you.
I know, right? Here, come to
Well,
our proprietary store that we won't hurt you on. Here, have some.
Apparently
bagels
the
and cookies.
animations are trash, the gameplay is mediocre, and the PC version doesn't work.
Yeah, the PC version
That
is
sounds
apparently
wonderful.
completely broken. I was browsing the discussions and reviews of that like a couple days back, and oh boy, heck, that's it's a mess. It's absolutely unplayable. Like the Steam reviews are sitting at like 18% right now, and as of maybe 2 hours ago. And the thing is, no, not Jump Force, Left Alive. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, I know. The thing is, like East 8 had a notoriously bad launch, and it was broken for a lot of people, but that's sitting around like 50% positive reviews on Steam or something like that, just to give kind of a benchmark. This being at 18% means it's basically broken for like the majority of human beings. So yeah, it's quite the shit show, and it honestly looks kind of cool. I mean, in concept, like if I had been aware of this before it launched, I would have been kind of into it, but yeah, not anymore.
Literally a day before I read the review, I put it on my wish list. Like, not the review, but I mean, like, you know, the stream thing and how bad it was.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's on my wish list. I'm too lazy to take it off, but
Yeah.
Oh, don't get me wrong. I still have it on my wish list, only because I like punishment and I want to stream it one day.
Oh, wow.
Well, I would think
that be a middle finger to Sony. Or a Square Enix, rather.
PS4 version, because the PC version doesn't work.
Well, does the PS4 version actually work all that much better?
It runs, and the animations are still shit, but other than that, I don't know. I have a feeling it's kind of like Deadly Premonition in that the PC version just doesn't work, and the console version works, but not well.
Yep. It really is too often these days where PC versions of games just get released broken. Granted, not as broken as this, but yeah. And I found it amusing that Steam only had one recommended game for me viewing the page, and that was Dead Rising 4. And I'm like, you know what, that's... Yeah.
Fitting.
It's like I can't blame Steam. They're not wrong. So yeah.
For people that don't know, this was the game that had the Metal Gear Solid art guy working on it. That's like the only thing that people would know this about, really. I mean, not many people. And also, it was a spiritual successor to Front Mission, even though it doesn't play anything like Front Mission. It plays like Metal Gear.
Front Mission. I'm not familiar with that. What kind of game is that?
Mecha tactics game.
But the real question is it better than Metal Gear Survive?
Yeah.
I hear Metal Gear Survive is actually fun. It's just all the microtransactions make it not fun. Like if the entire game was unlocked, then it would be fun, but it's not.
I almost kind of want to wonder if like private servers are going to be set up for that game one day, where they do unlock everything, and it's going to have like a resurgence of like, oh, this is actually kind of nice. But I don't think anyone's going to really care by that time. I think it's already well dead.
It's also one of those games that is always online, so if you get knocked off the internet, you can't play it.
I mean, to be fair, their online feature is kind of neat in that game, but it's about the only thing neat about it.
What is their online feature?
I mean, wait, is this Metal Gear Survive or
Survive?
The other game. What? Oh, Survive. Never mind. I meant Left Alive. Whoops.
Oh, what's the Left Alive feature?
Yeah.
Oh, basically, it shows you where people have died and what routes, and if you go there, you get ammo. So
that's cool.
That is kind of cool.
Reminds me of Nier Automata.
Yeah, it's a little. Yeah, it is very near actually. I was gonna compare it to like sort of Dark Soulsy, but it's more near than Dark Souls.
Well, Automata had it so if you die, your corpse is left, and other people can get chips from you.
Alright, that was cool.
Yeah. And you can revive other people's corpses as well.
The thing is, Nier Automata turned that feature off on me and didn't tell me, so I didn't have it 50% of the game.
Oh,
I was like, why are there no corpses now?
The only kind of question you can ask. You can only ask a question like that in a video game and not come off as a complete psychopath. You know what I mean? Where are all the corpses? I could have sworn there was gonna be more dead bodies.
Could be a butcher. Where are all the corpses?
Oh god!
Just be a weird butcher.
Yeah, no. Could you imagine if you become a butcher and just refer to everything as carcasses? What flavor carcass do you want on your sandwich?
Where's the corpses? They haven't come in yet.
What corpse would you like in your cereal? Would you like blood or milk?
I'm gonna go with both. Both. Definitely both. Absolutely both.
I don't think those are
And
things that go on cereal.
Listen, anything can go on cereal if you put your mind to it, alright? We don't tolerate that kind of quitter talk.
Speaking of dead bodies...
Speaking of corpses,
how
yeah.
about...
How about Resident Evil 2? The remake. Big success. Yes?
Extremely big success.
Everyone loves it. So
amazed too. I thought it was going to be like mediocre to good, but no, it's like, oh my god!
Yeah, I kind of expected it to have its cult following and for it to be good in its circle, Like I figured the people who like that kind of thing were going to be very pleased with it. Hey, Bibs. And
not after Metal Gear, not Metal Gear, Resident Evil 7.
Not after Metal Gear. Everything changed after Metal Gear.
Games have changed.
Games never change. It's like what?
That's Fallout.
I know.
And there's always time for juice.
Listen here. Don't go
Eggs are
stealing my
sexy.
catchphase. Eggs are sexy. An egg stabbed me today. Anyway, so Resident Evil 2 is a big thing. It's had a lot of success. It's a lot of good. I want to play it. I haven't though. So they released kind of a bunch of tidbits about the game, like little Easter eggs and such. They kind of explained their decision making behind like why Jill had. Hey Bibs, no, we're not talking about Left Alive. We're talking about Resident Evil 2. We left alive to die, so that's already gone. But yeah, it's a neat little thing. They originally experimented with trying to do like a fixed camera perspective, like the original Resident Evil games, but they wanted to show zombie bites and gore up close, and so they kind of thought giving that claustrophobic over the shoulder camera would kind of more effectively.
It's really
Yeah.
It's really that they thought that zooming in and out of the camera on those zombies each time they took a bite was not a good idea.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. They
They
Gotcha.
also tried to do a first-person camera, and we're like, nah.
Yeah.
Yeah. You're gonna
I'm
see
glad.
Leon with sexy hair.
Yeah, you gotta see the
Absolutely.
Leon.
I mean, like
Leon does the best in third person. Have you noticed?
Mm.
Like 4 and 6, he's just the best in first.
She's the best person.
That's
So-
third person.
The Metascore for Resident Evil 2, the remake was apparently a big focus for the team. They were really expecting they were really anticipating the score. Like that's what they were really afraid of, and they were kind of expecting maybe 86, like high 80s maybe, and then when it came out over 90 for the Metascore, apparently some staff members cried, like they were so happy and relieved, and it's just another example of like how much Metacritic has influenced kind of developers and served as a metric, a very easy boiled down metric for how well a game is or isn't doing.
Oh, yeah.
remember
You know
when
some studios like pay different bonuses based on what they get
I
on
was gonna bring
Metacritic?
that
Right,
up.
yep.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid.
It's
But-
not good at all, no, especially
Not nice.
considering how.
But I mean, on the other hand, it incentivizes making good games, but then again, so does giving your studio time and a good director.
Exactly.
Eh,
I think it's kind of the wrong way to look at that as the be all end all. It's definitely representative of something, but you have to take it into context and kind of look at the reviews and see what kind of people are angry and bombing it and for what reasons. Some of them
Right.
are definitely more valid than others, and some of them will offer more feedback. Some of them are just unaware of something in the
some of them
game.
are just biased.
Yeah.
And some are just based on trends of the day, like Jack and Dexter 2.
Okay, that
Oh
game
yeah,
was
that game was
terrible.
great.
Yeah, but look at it. It has a huge, great Metascore.
From the fans or from the critics?
Critics at the time.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh, I hurt. My skin crawls. That was the first game that I legitimately got myself uneasy with how angry I was getting. Like I get comically angry at video games because it's fun to play up that kind of anger. But like Jak 2 was the first one that got me like, I need a moment. Like I was genuinely cursing out the developers. Like who makes a decision like this? Like who looked at this and thought this was okay? It's like even on paper this would be a bad idea. Why'd you do it? And it's like I had to take a break like 3/4 of the way through and just be like, all right, I really need to cool down. Like it just peeved me on like the most fundamental level. But yeah, so Jak 2 is my
I
least
guess you
favorite
were angry
video
how
game.
good it was.
Oh yeah, it was just way too good for me, frankly. I just didn't understand the genius. That's all it was. I was just I was doing it
It was
wrong.
totally avant-garde.
You just don't like Grand Theft Auto enough.
Exactly. That's exactly what it is. You know what? You've got it. But I did play to the end for the story. And I won't lie, I was sort of satisfied by knowing the end of the story, but it
I'm
wasn't
gonna play
worth
it someday because I want to get through all of them, but I beat one
Yeah.
at
One-
100%. I don't know why they decided to change the direction of the game completely after 1. It was perfectly fine the way it was, in my opinion.
Yeah, they were following trends.
Uh-huh.
I tried to when I replayed Jak 2. I remember as a kid I played Jak 1 and I loved it, but like some parts of it frustrated me. But it still was like one of my favorite games. And then I got Jak 2 and I played it and like just like most of it frustrated me. But it was kind of I had it in my head like, I'm just not good at this game. Like, this game's too hard for me, and I put it down. And then years later with the HD collection on the PS3, I got all 3 again, thinking like, okay, now that me, big, strong adult man, can go through video games better than 5-year-old me, or however old I was. I don't know, I was probably like 10 or something. I would be able to get through. So I played Jak 1 over and again, expecting it to be worse than I remembered, and it was like significantly better. Like
It's so good.
It's so good. Like, I came out of that enjoying it far more than I did as a kid, and I'm like, I didn't expect that, because that's not typically how it goes. But
the only thing I could criticize it for is the 100% bonus was pathetic.
The 100% bonus was just a cutscene, but like, I liked
it. Was a cutscene that didn't show anything.
I know it was.
It opened a door, and they're like, we opened the door.
I know. It's not. It's relevant because that's where they find like the time machine or whatever that they use in 2 to actually go into the future. But like, it's plot relevant, but you don't need it. But it's a key point.
It's also annoying that, like, it cliffhangers you in the first one without it makes you work for the cliffhanger.
Yeah, they clearly just had like a space in their script that said insert sequel here. Like, I don't think they had any idea what was behind that door until the sequel, where they're like, okay, let's take it in this direction. So we basically got a glorified glowing door of, we are going to make a sequel.
That was literally what it was. It was a glowing door. That's all you see is the glowing door.
Yeah, the door opens, you see people's reactions. I mean, don't get me wrong, the cutscenes are charming. I mean, it is Naughty Dog, but like, still.
I thought they were more charming in 1 than they are in the later ones.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah, well, 1's where all the charm was, and then they turned Jak gritty, and he's angry at everything, and he's edgy, and I mean, Daxter kind of it doesn't get hit as hard, but like, I like 1's Daxter better. And then they retconned what an Otzel is, and like, that was a show of the shats. Otzels are ancients. Like, what?
That explains everything.
It does, and it tries to, but it doesn't. Anyway, Jak 2 is
still like every like next game that they make. They're like, "Are we gonna go back to Jak and Daxter?" And they're like, "Nah."
Yeah, I wonder. Like, they've kind of grown and moved so much as a company with their focus and their style of game making that I don't know. I don't know if they go back to Jak and Daxter that it will be Jak and Daxter. You know what I mean?
Do you think they would do a reboot or a sequel?
I think, well, they were tossing around concept art for a sequel at some point, but I don't know. That was a long time ago. I feel like they might do a sequel that they try and make narratively separate from the other 3. Like, it is technically a sequel, but like, you could still understand everything that's happening in the main plot regardless. I don't know. My biggest worry is like, they're most known for games like the Uncharted series, and was The Last of Us Naughty Dog as well?
Yes.
The Last of Us, like, those are vastly Jack-Charted-Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot too. God, that's so good. Anyway, they're mostly known for like those types of games, which is just vastly different from the original Jak and Daxter. Like, how would they go about making another one? Would it be like?
Fair, I could see like an Uncharted style Jak and Daxter, kinda. It wouldn't be the same as just a platformer, but I'm saying I could see a Jak and Daxter with ideas made from Uncharted. And then clickers come in and start, mutating people.
Jesus. Yeah, no. I would I want another Jak 1. I want something with the spirit of Jak 1, and I'm not sure they've kind of got that.
What if they go back and just make a sequel to Jak 1?
What, just retcon 2 and 3? Just cut them
They've
right out.
They've done that with some games.
Have they really?
Yeah, and like movies, so why not get this game?
I mean, don't get me wrong. I would like that because I don't like what they made in 2 and 3. Jack's from the future, and he's like a chosen child, and Daxter takes the form of an ancient, and he's not an Otzel. And it's like the whole plot of 1 was trying to get Daxter changed back into a human slash.
And then he decides, I'm cute.
Yeah, and then he decides I like being furry and having no penis. And I'm just like, well, all right, cool.
Hey, you.
Enjoy your that, I guess. Hey, Isaac, what's going on? We're talking about Jack and Daxter and little rodent penises.
Did you ever play Daxter?
I did play Daxter. That's actually not bad. I liked it better than Jack 2.
I heard it was good.
It was good. It was actually good. Like, I don't recommend going to it now. It's very dated and it's very simple, but like as a core game, it was solid. It did what it wanted to do, and it did it without
I heard it was better than Secret Agent Clank, which is basically its contemporary.
I did not play that. Did you play that?
Nope.
No.
Mm-hmm.
I have a friend who is obsessed with Ratchet and Clank, because that's why I've been giving it a chance, But then my PlayStation died, so I'm waiting for that to be.
So you like the Ratchet and Clank series, or I liked it before someone in there, it was the developer or producer, was like, you know what, our games, they don't need to be 60 frames per second. People just want the pretty graphics. So from now on, all our games are 30 and they'll sold even better. And then the next game that came out sold worse. Very cool.
And they were like, people just don't like Ratchet and Clank anymore. We better stop it.
No, then they made a reboot on PS4, but that's another story altogether. Speaking of remakes on the PS4, should we continue that topic, or?
Yeah, why not? Yeah, I know we did dive very heavily.
Resident Evil 2.
Anyway,
the team put way too much effort into the toilets. They call it the best toilets of the year.
Yeah, I enjoyed that quote.
Those toilets are pretty damn good.
Damn good toilets. Hey, most games don't even put toilets.
What? How do their characters go middle?
Depends on the context.
That's absurd. That's crazy. I won't stand for it. I'm starting a petition. Where's change.org?
What I loved is, Final Fight used to have, bathrooms in the, levels, but there would be no toilets. There would just be stalls.
There'd just be empty stalls with nothing?
Yeah.
Just a floor to pee on?
I guess.
Was there even a floor? I don't understand. Was it just an open
Japanese
void of nothing?
Stall with a floor under it, and it's just there. It was as if it was just decorated.
Well, was it Japanese style where it's like a basin that you pee in?
No, it's American because Final Fight is set in America. So you go into a bathroom level, and it's just stalls.
It's okay, no,
you
go
to
anyway.
a park bathroom at one point, and it's just stalls.
I love how there's a bathroom level, just a level centered.
Yeah, there's a part of the level that's just bathroom.
Oh.
I guess when it came to installing them, they certainly stalled, huh?
Oh. Oh, come on now. Isaac. God damn. Speaking of toilets and things that go inside them, guess what Anthem is doing? Guess how it is doing?
It sold a shitload of initial shipments in Japan.
It did. It certainly did. They did sell quite a bit more in Japan than they did in America, but we checked the Amazon listing. Seems that way. Did they not?
How much did it sell in America?
I don't remember.
They only sold a lot more of the percentage of the initial shipments in America, probably. But
I guess I was misremembering. Yeah. But they did. So I guess the question is, did they understock the initial shipment in Japan, or did it just sell that well? But yeah.
I think maybe a little bit of column A, a little bit of column B.
Yeah.
Supposedly Anthem sold slightly less than the Division 1 did in Japan, which I guess is some comparison.
Okay.
But yeah. It's amusing though, because even though they sold, people in Japan are still like, yeah, this game's terrible.
Yeah, they're not into it.
The game doesn't work on PS4 apparently very well.
Hey, who likes loading screens the simulator?
Yeah, poor optimization. People are also not a fan of the game design. Luna was reading out a review earlier that they're just like, God, it's so boring. It's just terrible, and I can't do this, and I feel like I should, and just Bib says it kills the PS4.
It does kill the PS4. Like for a while, it was killing PS4s in the sense of it would either soft lock them or hard lock the game in the console, and then some cases supposedly it just outright killed the PS4.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's quite the game.
What the fuck, EA?
To be fair, though, from like reviews I've heard, it's a game that could be decent if they fixed it. So they probably will. It just
they could fix it.
Do they have a history of fixing broken games though? To the point of making
but I'm saying if they have a big roadmap.
Yeah. I don't think EA is very well known for going back and doing robust patches for their previous games. I think they just kind of let the turds sit.
They did patch the hell out of a Mass Effect Andromeda. It's not great now, but it's still better than it wasn't originally.
Yeah, now their faces aren't so tired.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, and I hear when it's running, it's pretty fun to fly around. The combat, is pretty fun once you get it, but guess what? The tutorials don't tell you how to do combat. They don't tell you about the combo system, which is extremely important to the combat.
Okay. Is it mostly a melee type of fighter?
No, it's a combo system in that you shoot it with you shoot something with ice, and then you hit it with some explosive, and it'll blow the enemy up for extra damage.
Oh,
okay.
So, you can hit a status effect and then, explode it, basically. You set up combos of, trigger, this is the, initial hit, and then trigger.
See,
but they don't tell you.
Sounds like a terrible game.
Yeah, no. See,
if this is your favorite game, you've got poor taste.
Just single out, however minor group of people out there. There's gonna be one person watching, hey, come on.
I haven't played it the game itself right now because it doesn't work. It's not worth bothering with. But if it goes on sale in a year, might as well try it. But don't pay full price. That's for sure. I literally got it for free, but I'm not going to play it until I get a copy for a friend at probably $20.
That's right. You got it for free with your graphics card, didn't you?
Yes, I could have gone Battlefield, but I have literally no interest in Battlefield, and I was like, this Anthem thing could be cool. I mean, flying robots. And then this happened.
I mean, to be fair, I think I'd be more interested with a broken Anthem than I would with a working Battlefield. That's just me.
Hey, we should probably wait until it's 10.
I like the modern Battlefields, destructible buildings and stuff like that, but this isn't, the recent one isn't modern, is it? Isn't it World War II?
I have no idea.
I literally could not be arsed to World War II it.
Is it World War I? I don't think it's got Nazis in it.
That was Battlefield 1.
Oh.
Battlefield, yeah, it would be World War II, or isn't it meant to be an alternate World War II or something stupid?
Possibly. All I know is that females are in it, and people
That's not the ridiculous part. It's the part where they were like, hey, look, I've got prosthetics in this age. And also, look, we're British soldiers with katanas. Because that happened.
Alright, maybe Battlefield is a little bit more interesting now. If I get to see women in prosthetics wielding katanas at, World War II soldiers, that's... In a gritty, realistic setting, that's decently amusing.
It actually happened in history.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, I mean, if it were actually historically accurate, they would have the giant crabs. Thank you.
All I know is that I liked Battlefield Bad Company, but they killed that series.
Was Bad Company the one that was focused on co-op multiplayer, or is that...
It was the wacky Battlefield. It was trying to be TF2.
Oh.
And the main game, was silly and stuff, the main story, and then they ended on a cliffhanger, apparently. I'm glad I didn't play the single-player story.
Huh.
I played the multiplayer, and I liked blowing up buildings, and, also I strap remote mines on buggies and have them drive into tanks because friendly fire didn't work. Like they always have friendly fire off.
Yeah.
So they would be a mobile bomb that was invincible to their own explosions.
Oh, interesting.
We would get banned from servers for doing that because, it's not in the spirit of the game, man. It was hilarious. Screw you.
That's good stuff, though.
Yeah, Battlefield's a good series. It's just, I don't care about World War II stuff. You can't blow up stuff as much as World War II.
Yeah. Can't go on an absolute unmitigated rampage, like you can in, for example, Retro City Rampage, the sequel, Shakedown Hawaii. How about that?
Yeah, now it's coming to Epic Games Store first.
Yeah.
It's exclusive, which is, at least it's a timed exclusive.
At least, but is it a timed exclusive like a year, or...
Aren't all Epic Games Store things timed exclusives, though?
No, I think there are some exclusive to Epic Games, aren't there?
I know at least the Division 2 is sort of exclusive, because it's also with Ubisoft.
It's also on Uplay, yeah.
I heard, I know that Metro is only timed exclusive. I haven't heard of any actual exclusives.
That's right. That's the one that's coming out in the year, Metro. It shows, yeah. So the Steam product page shows a to-be-determined release window for Q1 of 2019. So.
And the Steam used to be Q1. Now it's been changed to be determined.
At least it's a timed exclusive, and also it's not like I have to buy a whole new console to get whatever game is exclusive to the Epic Game Store. I just have to
just pirate it.
Yeah, I have to bite a bullet and get a shitty, Epic Game Store, or pirate it, as you say.
Pirate it, yeah.
Like, is there anything they offer that pirating doesn't plus?
Oh, I mean,
really. They don't even offer the
Destiny
moral
2, if I didn't get it for free, I would have just bit the bullet and bought it on, Battle.net.
I mean,
but I got it for free.
Yeah, the thing with Epic Games is, like, in a lot of cases, you can kind of, even if something offers the exact same service as piracy, but at a price, you could be like, okay, I want this game, it's, moral for me to buy it, but, like, even Epic Games is just so mired in controversy at this point that, like, it really lost its moral high ground. Like, there really is nothing preventing you from, like, saying, I kind of want to pirate this thing.
They're using kind of, shady tactics, but I guess they kind of have to do it because
entirely shady. They don't have to do it.
Well, I mean, like, if they want to compete, they have no chance otherwise.
They need to compete
with how little they give a shit. How little of a shit they give to the consumer. I'm not surprised that they have to go shady.
Yeah, they can. It is possible to make a better system than Steam. In fact, if they were to make something that I don't know, just gave different discounts at different times, right? That will get people in the door. If they somehow come up with a recommendation algorithm that surpasses Steam's, which is pretty bad, then people will probably stick around in little word of mouth, like, hey, I'm actually finding a lot more neat games on this storefront. Maybe they're a little bit more controlled than Steam is. You don't have to wade through, like, all this shovelware that Steam has to kind of get to the games you want. And you're like, well, I found this neato indie game on Epic Game Store that I never would have found on Steam. And since you're already on the page, might as well buy it. Barring you don't have anything else against the Epic Game Store, which you would if they continue their current, practices.
I remember when Steam saw me play Hatoful Boyfriend and only recommended me anime and visual novel games for the next year. It was horrifying.
The good old days.
No! I do not want the Nep.
Looks like you had your hands how to full.
Hey, Nep is awesome. You take that back.
No Nep.
All the Nep.
No!
Do it. No. I'm serious.
I refuse.
It's good in how low budget it is.
I have never played. I kind of want to, though.
It's amusing.
Well, you can get it for literally pennies on the dollar, so...
Oh, really?
Yeah,
they
it's
go
extremely cheap.
For like literally $3 or something like that per, and sometimes bundles come out where it's like $6 for 5 of the games.
All the games, $5.
Oh, holy shit! I want that.
Yeah, it's gone cheap. Actually, it wouldn't be all the games, I don't think.
No, they usually go up to like the last 3 releases.
Yeah.
Up with the bundles
Like
because
the ones before those.
they are seriously so easy to churn out that they don't care about making money off of them.
I mean, so long as
games,
they're good. Yeah.
I don't think
fun. They are, I swear by them. They're not exactly great, but for a low budget game, they're pretty fun. Yeah.
You do.
Speaking of things that are disgusting.
Oh my. Yeah. So,
how about them Sonic leaked images?
Everyone has seen these at this point. Yes, there are memes everywhere, and I love them. It's just this
is a multi-million-dollar movie. How can they do this so bad?
Yeah, it's not just one image.
Have you seen where the movie industry is going?
Oh,
Have you looked at it lately? Have you looked at it in the last 5 years? The movie industry's gone to shit.
More like 15
even further than that.
15 years is
I have
what
Netflix.
Yeah, it's absolute garbage, and it has been rolling around in its own filth for a long time now. This does not surprise me, but it does amuse me. It does amuse me heavily.
But I can understand the making him a buddy cop. I can understand setting it in the real world because it's easier and cheaper and all that. But why did they change his design? Why?
I don't know. He's already got a robust.
Well, actually, they've got an explanation for why they changed it.
Let's hear that. Do they? Yeah.
Yeah, like it's on their webpage. You'd be hard pressed to find anyone in the world who isn't familiar with Sega's beloved IP, Sonic the Hedgehog. You can read the rest media.
Oh, okay. But global reverence does come with a unique price, no space. In creating a licensing and packaging program to be used worldwide and to be applied against targeting multiple audience demographics buzzwords, it was necessary to strike a balance between staying true to the Sonic brand while appealing to a global audience, more buzzwords, and differentiating from previous Sonic merchandise packaging. So the challenge of creating a global licensing and packaging program, I'm going to tie my tongue in knots, targeted to multiple demographics came with several strategic requirements. First, signal a new modern take on the brand without abandoning its core essence, that ode to Sonic. 2, appeal to a worldwide audience. And 3, clearly differentiate from previous merchandising efforts. So it just wants to be different. It wants to be different and appeal to like modern sensibilities. It's different. Our approach was to create a system that was versatile and modular, so that various Sonic IPs, including Classic Sonic, Modern Sonic, Film Sonic, Animation Sonic, and other events could be integrate seamlessly with the baseline packaging look. So they tried to pick a style that could integrate all this previous iterations of Sonic well, is what they tried to do. But like, oh god, it looks like somebody just... Oh, it's just a person with a Sonic head. Like, that's just a man. That's just a runner man with like human hands and feet. And it's just...
Yeah, but on the plus side, it would be very easy to make a fursuit for like promotional stuff.
That is very true.
I mean, not a fursuit. I mean, a costume.
People have been comparing him to a dolphin. I don't see it, but okay.
Dolphin?
Yeah, some people have been photoshopping his face onto a dolphin. I don't know why.
Okay.
I think it's probably the spike at the top of his head.
He doesn't look like a hedgehog.
He does look like dolphinish there. Yeah, okay.
Oh yeah, maybe kinda.
But
really
I congratulate them for making Sonic Boom Sonic look good.
Well, this one certainly didn't skip leg day.
Before I was like,
they're so weirdly toned. I don't like it.
Sonic is the worst Sonic. Ugh. And now, Sonic Boom. I'm sorry. I other than Knuckles, I am going to forgive you.
At least they're going to sell the Nike shoes.
Oh boy.
Is he going to be wearing Nike shoes?
No, yep. Look at the image. He's wearing Nike shoes.
Cha-ching.
Nice.
Check. Yeah, that's...
What about soap shoes?
Soap shoes are so 90s, man.
Do they even make those anymore?
No.
I don't think they do.
The company that made soap shoes got bought out by the Heelys people, and then they went under or something like that.
I feel like soap shoes are just basically a, lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
Hey, you can grind with these shoes. Do it, kid. Do it.
I'm sure they've got some disclaimers all over it.
They always looked like...
not actually meant for grinding.
Yeah. They always looked like cursed to me, you know? Like, but maybe I'm just being superstitious. So anyway.
No comment.
I know. That's the right
Should we
choice.
move on to the next topic?
Yeah, go for it, Pio.
Well, we'll go for we're skipping this one. So Sony's China Hero project revealed. I'm actually really interested in this one because multiple China Hero games like look good to me. Like, but some look like just indie games, like school projects, honestly. Which is the first one, Immortal Legacy, the Jade Cipher, which looks very much like a school project.
It doesn't look
Looks
good.
very much look like a VR horror game made by someone.
Yeah, it very much looks like
VR horror games look cheap in general.
Mm-hmm.
VR in general really isn't pick enough, I think.
I know nothing about VR, so I'm skipping this one.
I wonder if they're... Yeah.
I'm skipping this one in that I have nothing to talk about it because I don't know anything about VR, and you know, maybe it's a great VR game. Maybe it looks awesome for VR games.
No, it doesn't. It looks the textures look soggy as all get out. They're not. They don't look good. But my theory.
I mean,
was,
it is in PSVR. So
yeah, I think maybe they have to keep. I don't know, technical load down, so they kind of bump down the polygons. They couldn't really push it higher, or else things would get janky, or just I don't know.
Well,
I'm trying to give them an out.
They're all indie projects from China, so I feel like they're all have that like really low like tech thing going, like everything but a few of them pretty much looks like really low grade indie, but some of them look like they have the charm to back up the game, you know.
Yeah.
Just this one doesn't.
Yeah, I mean,
definitely.
To be fair, in Nightmare, which is like a horror small child running around, it's basically like what's the game? Little Nightmares, but again, and in Nightmare this time. But it looks at least graphically pretty much on par with current gen.
I feel like that game could be good if the plot was good. Like, I'm not because you don't see much plot in the trailer.
Yeah.
I feel like if the plot and the storytelling is good, then that game will be good. But I can't really say it's good without knowing.
It's just the gameplay and style are so derivative of other indie horror games that have appeared. Like Small Child embodies innocence, hiding from a dark, demonized facsimile of a parenting figure in a house
but he
with
has
groceries.
Bandages.
Oh, that's
it's like that one
different.
level in Head in Time.
Oh yeah, it basically but Hat in Time did it so well. Like Hat in Time, that one level basically eclipsed like all of the other games that were trying to do that same thing. Because it was
frankly the best horror.
Yeah.
In Nightmare seems to be like on tier 2 of this, where like I would be interested in knowing more, but I'm not really like sold.
Yeah,
I've kind of written it off, honestly. But maybe
I've written off Immortal Legacy.
Oh yeah,
and,
Immortal Legacy looks bad.
Certainly.
And I kind of, even though it looks better than in Nightmare, Fist I kind of wrote off because it doesn't seem like it's doing anything new.
It looks
other
a little
than
punchy
thing.
It might be a fun 2D beat 'em up, but
yeah, it looks.
Well, it's a Metroidvania.
It looks solid at its core, but like, is it? How do you know?
Alright, it was meant to be. They said, didn't they?
It is a Metroidvania with new power ups for your fisty thingy, and the fisty thingy is really cool. It's just that's all there is to it, as far as I can tell.
As long as there are no stupid liners like, let's get this.
I don't think he talks, because he is, a bunny.
I really want that bunny to open his mouth and be like...
It would be great.
Metal Gear.
I want him to sound like Rabbit from Winnie the Pooh. Just really grumpy.
I don't know what Rabbit sounds like.
Stuttery.
Okay.
That would be interesting.
Yeah, really.
But yeah, Fist looks technically good. Like, I have a feeling other people would like it, but I wouldn't because I'm not a Metroidvania fan, really.
Well, I am. I love Metroidvanias, but like, even still, it kind of looks a little bit bland.
Now, what looks good and like is in the like I want to know more, and I may even pick it up when it comes out, is Hardcore Mecha.
No.
It reminded me most of like a kind of more fleshed out Mega Man X game, but like I didn't really
Well,
see.
actually, it reminds me of an SNES game called Metal Warriors, where you play a mecha pilot and you can get out of your mecha, which you can do in Metal Warriors. So it's very much, and there's multiple games like that on the SNES actually, and it's harkening back to that as far as I can tell. Just more anime.
Huh.
Which is weird because it's, the games are, it's more new anime, should I say, than it is,
Retro 80s anime.
Yeah, Metal Warriors was like, like Gundam style anime, and this new thing is like chibi Gundam style anime.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, it looks really good, like, especially the getting out of the mecha thing and doing stealth stuff. It kind of also gives me a vibe of Blaster Master.
I guess Blaster Master was a lot more like kind of deliberate in how it moves around, but like it's got the.
Well, I mean, like the get out of mecha to do some things, and then get back in your mecha and shoot things. Also, the animations at first, I'm like, oh, this looks like Flash, in the cutscenes, but then in the game, it looked 10 times better, and I don't know why.
Well, it's because they use different models for the different positions of all the limbs. So the limbs animate independently, but you don't see a lot of tweening. You actually see them swapping out different frames. So it's kind of a blend of the two, and that makes it look a lot better, honestly.
And also the cutscenes were really close up. That's another thing.
Yeah, there's that too.
But it reminds me, like, it's the same animation style that 20XX uses. Mm-hmm. But, and 20XX in the beta was ugly, like, they didn't have the animations down packed, but now they do, and I think this could look as good as 20XX as far as the style.
I think it looks better than 20XX, honestly, in the animations at least. They look like they have the more independent frames for like each individual body part. 20XX I see a lot more like rotating and tweening kind of thing, but
20XX looks clunk in my opinion.
It's clunk as hell looking, but it's fun.
It plays well, though.
Oh, don't get me wrong, I meant visually.
Yeah. Yeah, 20XX is very kind of...
20XX is better than it used to be, is what I'm saying. It used to be
Wow, how bad did it used to be?
Yeah, really.
Pretty
Stardew
bad.
Valley bad?
It's Flash movie bad. But yeah, hardcore mecha is one of my first thing, like, like my first tier. The second tier would be like in Nightmare, which like I want to know more, but I'm not really interested. And Fist and Immortal Legacy are in the third tier of no, I don't care. Evo Extinction, it doesn't show you anything.
No, it's not Evo Extinction, it's Evo Tinction.
Tinky.
Yeah, Evo Tinction. It's clearly not.
It's so tinky.
Evo Tinction. It's we saw like nothing in that trailer at all. Basically, all I got was
a story trailer, and apparently it's going to be you're fighting AI with hacking.
I guess I saw the guy hack the wall and make steam come out, but that was kind of
the guy like at the end goes, I'm not going to bring in the guns. I'm just going to hack the things, and then it ends. So I'm not even going to really justify putting this in a tier. I'm just going to say that's nothing. This is literally nothing.
Yeah, we didn't really have anything. But beyond Evotation, what about Anno?
Anno is everybody's going crazy about that thing, and I can see why, because it's pretty and it's really badass looking.
I did like it. I do
like it.
So
it's SCP based somehow?
Yeah. What's it? Secure Containment Protocol? Is that what it stands
for? Contain, protect. It's a fan. Well, I shouldn't say fan. I should say
it's a community
run
birth.
Horror series, which is really fun. Some of them are stupider than others, but that's anything with a community thing because you can literally go into SCP and just make your own.
Yeah.
But it's really it's. I didn't expect it to be an SCP game because SCP games are usually like the horror games where you're like, oh, well, you gotta run from the monster.
Yeah.
Hey, who knows? They may do psychological horror for this.
Well, this game is, you gotta laser sword the monster, and it's the future, and everything's pretty.
Well, I mean, I think there's a lot to be explored with the concept of SCP without necessarily touching on, like, kind of the specific horror elements of like the Monster of the Week style of writing they have.
Well,
I
just
don't
the
know.
things aren't what they seem.
That and the idea of like being part of a an organization that goes, I guess it's kind of like Men in Black, frankly, an organization that goes around and contains these things and kind of finds a way to deal with them in unique ways, and I don't know, just is on the other side of the looking glass metaphorically in terms of seeing things. It's just, I don't know.
The gameplay looks very hack and slashy, like a Devil May Cry in 2D, and it looks really good. The little we see, we don't see that much, but it looks good from what I see.
Yeah, we saw very little actual combat, but it seemed, I mean, the animations looked pretty alright.
Oh, yeah,
especially
the pixel art is decent.
Yeah, especially the animation
really good,
of her
actually.
getting up out of bed actually really struck me. I'm like, oh shit, that's smooth.
The
That
art
really
is
good.
what's really on show here. The pixel art 3D model blending, I love it. I love that unlike a lot of indie games, they're not going for, oh, we're going to make it as if it was an 8-bit style game. No, they're like, we're going to make pixel art with all we can use. All of our tools, we can just pixel art it.
I like that. I like
So
that
it's
a lot.
high resolution, high detailed pixel art, and I actually really like that. I'm kind of sick of the, we're making it as if it was on the NES, so it's low detail, and no, please.
Kind of,
Yeah, agreed.
yeah, and it kind of lends to like this idea of it being a little bit more surreal, that it's taking something so familiar and presenting it in ways that kind of it isn't conventionally presented in. Like seeing pixel art for the most part animating the way it does, and then suddenly a wall blasts open and the 3D models of the pixel art it's still like homogenous with the art style, but then it's just like, whoa, look at this moving in ways it didn't kind of, I don't know, maybe it's just me, maybe I'm just kind of more taken with the art than
It looks
There's many things
amazing.
that are. The contrast, what game looks terrible? Ran Lost Islands.
That
Oh
game looks
yeah,
atrocious.
I was watching it and I was like, wow, these guys know how to make a trailer. It shows all the gameplay. Too bad it sucks.
Yeah, well, I mean, we still don't exactly know how exactly it plays, right? Is it team
It
based?
looks like it's a multiplayer competitive thing like
Right.
that For Honor game, honestly. And it's boring.
It's one of those early games.
It's not good look.
Yeah, it looks terrible. It's like the animations. It looks like
The
top
gameplay
half.
looks terrible for what we see.
Yeah, the gameplay looks terrible. Hitboxes aren't conveyed super well. The animations look like the characters are animated completely independently from the waist up and the waist down. So like you could be running back and forth, and the character's legs are like pointing in weird directions, and the hips rotate, and the upper torso stays stock still as it's slashing away, and it's just like, what are you doing? But yeah,
And I feel like if this is multiplayer only, it's dead in the water.
Yep.
it seems to
Maybe
be
it'll do
multiplayer
good in
only.
China? Maybe? I don't know. Because,
Well, it's coming to PS4, so
yeah.
maybe people will be desperate.
Now, one that looks good, but I don't know much about is Convalera. Is that how to say it?
Convallaria.
Convallaria.
Kingdom
That's
Hearts,
it. Okay.
but with guns.
Well, it's like Final Fantasy, but with guns.
Well, yeah, but also
And
it
Kyrie.
seems to be in a fantasy world because you see the main character in a hoodie and shirt, but you also see him in his fantasy garb, and they keep bouncing back and forth. So, is it a fantasy of his, or is it an MMO that he's playing? Is it I don't know what's going on. But the gameplay looks fun. The art looks good.
It looks better than Anthem gameplay wise.
Yeah, it does. But I mean, that's we're kind of setting the
Doesn't
bar
say
right
much.
there on the floor, just kind of dropping it. Yeah. I'm kind of into it. It's a third-person shooter. It seems. I saw at one point he brought out a sword, but like it may have been only for a specific attack or action.
I feel like it's a party-based RPG, action RPG. That's what it
It
looks like.
seems that way. It also seems party-based, and I like the fact that they have high mobility. Like it kind of gives the sense that like positioning is going to play a key role, and you are able to dodge attacks actively and kind of internalize timings. It's just like,
It makes me want to know more, at the very least.
it makes me want to feel it. You know what I mean? Because after you get a feel for a game, you can kind of be like, oh,
Well,
this
just
is
give me a
worthwhile, or
basic
like,
premise of the game, and I'll be on board. You know, like I just don't know what they're doing. Like the back and forth time of futuristic city to futuristic fantasy city, and what's going on. I miss narrators.
Mm. I don't
But
know,
yeah,
maybe it's the mystery that's part of the charm.
Yeah, this is one of the games that I wanted to look into when it, as it goes along. Hopefully they'll tell us what is actually going. But yeah, like if it looks more put together than like 90% of these, like other than Anno, this is the one that looks like it's best put together in my opinion.
So Theo, you're a near fanatic. What are your thoughts on AI limit?
It's near, but Chinese.
Right. Okay, I'm
Near,
thankful I'm not the only one. I called it near Noctomata.
I just hope that they go some with the plot go completely different. That's all I hope, because if they try to do the same thing as Nier, they're not going to do Nier.
I already feel that way. Like, it's already gameplay wise solidified itself as knockoff Nier to me. So,
well, gameplay wise, it's fine to be a knockoff Nier because that's good. It's a good game.
Yeah, Nier's
but
fine.
plot wise, they need to go a different route, please. Otherwise, you just fail.
See, I feel that same way, but about the gameplay. You know what I mean? Just because
Nier is just knockoff Bayonetta. Nier Automata is just knockoff Bayonetta. Honestly,
but quality wise, it kind of stands on its own. It's in the same ish genre, like in the same genre as maybe.
It's a platinum game. It feels like a platinum game. It's a platinum game.
Yeah, but
but they
quality
play very
wise and
differently.
depth wise, and it stands. But
I don't know. I just feel that this game, if they go different with the story, then it could be like budget Nier. It could be decent, but it is 100% derivative.
Yeah.
There was another game, Lost Soul Aside, that was in last year's China Hero. That's basically Devil May Cry style. And it looked really cool too. I just wanted to bring that up because it's still in development, and it now is not a single person team, it's multiple people.
Lost Soul Aside, I do remember taking a look at that. That actually looked quite good.
Yeah, it's like, it looks like Devil May Cry, but with more mobility. Like you flip for do these teleport dash things, and you have some kind of weird dragon sidekick. And yeah, I'm glad that's still in development.
I wish I remembered more about that. I'm getting a little flashes. Like, all I remember is I looked at it and I thought, hey, I want that.
You mean the one that looks like a Final Fantasy visually?
It looks very Final Fantasy.
It does.
Korean,
yeah, I remember that guy then.
Feels like, even though it's Chinese.
Yeah.
Also, the voice acting is horrid.
It's part of the charm.
Holy crap. It is so bad. And the dialogue isn't written better, but I don't care. It's an action game. It can have the stupidest dialogue ever.
I mean, there's a way to be clever stupid, as we see with, Devil May Cry 5, that I really love.
But yeah, that was the China Hero project. I'm glad that we can see games from another, perspective. I really want to see like Korean games, for example, like that aren't MMOs. I've seen some from like the early 2000s that were really interesting, but they never got translated. Like I read articles on them. And, I really wish that we could get more from, China and Korea, because they're interesting and like different takes. I picked up a few Chinese, games on Steam, and I just haven't played them yet. And I'm not sure if I'm going to like them or not, but,
Yeah. We'll have to see what comes of all those. A few of them are Unito.
A few of them are Nito, a few of them are I want to know more, and a few of them are go away. Just go away.
Yeah. Speaking of being told to go away, the Division 2 said get out of here with those third-party key sellers. They're not letting their games that game be sold on third-party resellers.
Yeah, too much competition. We're not gonna allow you to sell games cheap.
Too much fair competition.
After the 15th.
Yep.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And this is following Epic's deal with Ubisoft.
Yeah.
Epic rears its head again.
Yup.
Dun. I mean, it's good for the consumer
really
for us to
making
pay
things
higher
better
prices and have no features that makes parsing better.
Exactly.
Hey, they're smart. They know what they're doing.
Well, you can't really pirate
original
Division,
price is what it
sadly.
is.
Division is all server-based.
Yeah. True, you can't pirate it.
True.
Nope.
Still makes pirating the better option, if it were an option.
It is not. And then Shari cries because, her favorite game genre now.
Yeah, she blames me for it now.
What? Luna, why'd you introduce her to the Division?
I didn't. I introduced her to another game a long while ago.
Oh, okay.
And that was a gateway drug? Oh. Gotcha.
And it was a gateway drug, yes.
What have you done to me?
Nothing yet.
Oh, Jesus.
I really couldn't see the Division being interesting to me in the end, but, it's sad to see,
You know what, Isaac?
It being Epic-ified. So do we have anything else to say about this?
No, just that fuck Epic Game Store and all that it does.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
I still remember how I give absolutely no damns when it was released after it was revealed at E3 after Tales of Vesperia.
Oh, that was revealed after Tales of Vesperia?
Yes.
It's just a blank. It's just a blank screeching white light after Vesperia's reveal and trailer. It's just all got cut out.
And now the weekly Vesperia talk with Meteor and Luna.
Speaking of, it got a big patch recently. Fixed a lot of it seems to have fixed a lot of the micro stutters.
Yeah, and freezes.
That was a joke. You're not supposed to take.
I know it was a joke.
It's actually a good patch,
but it's actually a good patch. Like they seem
I'm
to
still
be
hoping
working.
they'll fix the physics in like the PC version because things don't render properly in that version.
Really?
You know what I mean, right?
I mean, I saw when you were
drawing things off CPU.
Oh, I see. Yeah, I mean, so I have slight.
So
hope
the animations
because,
are actually looked at 60 FPS.
Yeah. I have slight hope for
I suppose it
a little bit of that. Yeah, I know. They advertised it on like variable frame rate, and we're like, great. And then everyone who had an early review copy of the game was like, yeah, it's running at 300 FPS. I'm like, shit, that's amazing. That's great. Amazing. I can't believe it's, it should be so well optimized. It's a last generation game and like unlocked frame rate. Yay, happy. And then it comes out and yes, it is rendering. It is rendering hundreds of frames at once, but nothing will move at that speed because every animation on a particle effect, on the characters, on the camera, nothing moves beyond a 60 hertz cycle. So that, yeah, it'll actually take your resources and push out crazy amounts of frames, but like, why?
It does nothing.
It does literally nothing. It just pushes out repeated frames on a 60 hertz cycle. It's so ridiculous. But, so, here's the thing. The microstutter was caused by poor programming, apparently. This is all from Caldan, so this is all secondhand information. But apparently he said the microstuttering was caused by poor programming causing the CPU threads to repeatedly go to sleep and then wake up like a microsecond later and then go to sleep again and wake up. And that was causing a lot of hitching. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know why that would be the case, but apparently they went and did that. And yeah, so if they fix the microstuttering, they've obviously done something in terms of how the game is handled CPU-wise. So,
right.
So I have some slight, hopes. I don't know. It's better. It is better. And I really hope Cal puts out a newer version of his mod because the depth of field option is still there, but the bloom and something else, there was bloom and something else, those memory addresses got moved in the latest update. And
damn.
Yeah. I don't know if he's going to put out another version of his fix. He honestly recommends rolling back to the previous update, but like micro stuttering seems to have been reduced so heavily that like I don't want to do that at all. Like it's a better option to keep with the newest update by far. They also changed things that were granular, like the heights of enemies on the overworld map. Like there were some enemies that were just like impossible to hit with the sorcerer's ring before they got you, and they changed that apparently. And I'm like, well, that was something really small that I didn't expect them to take notice of. So
it was actually quite the big update.
It was. It was pretty nice. I really hope they I did test it on Switch, by the way, and the frame rate isn't that much better. Like it's really not.
Still stuttering and frame inconsistencies, right?
Yeah. So it may be slightly better. You know, Mantake may have gone from 30 frames to 35 frames, but I mean, it's bleh. So the thing I really want them to add back, though, the buffer after you hit the targeting button, that kind of waits for a second to see if you're doing a short press or a long press, that used to be in the PS3 version and isn't in the PC version at all. I really want that back. It's kind of annoying trying to work around that. I hope they bring that back. But otherwise, it's a good thing.
Speaking of things that are annoying to work around, Battle.net is annoying to work around, so go to GOG and you can get Diablo 1.
Yeah, Diablo 1 was apparently released on GOG with quality of life improvements, including high-res support, and also apparently refresh rate control.
Yeah.
Yeah, so we haven't, like, none of us have tested it or confirmed it yet, but apparently it seems like it's got a variable frame rate now.
It's $10, but it removes Battle.net.
Yeah, no Battle.net. You can only play multiplayer via LAN or peer-to-peer connection.
I guess when they stop supporting Diablo 1, this will be the better option, but right now, I really don't see the point.
Is multiplayer a huge part of Diablo?
Yes.
Isn't. I mean, you can play multiplayer, but even by yourself, it's still kind of fun.
Yeah, but I think that, like, Diablo really, like, multiplayer kind of... It's the only way I had fun with it, really. Otherwise, you're just skulking around poking things.
Hey, it's fun to poke cows. Things. I mean, things.
Moo, I say. Moo.
But it does also have other fixes, like compatibility fixes and minor audio
fixes, upscaling support for resolutions, and compatibility fixes, yeah. I just think that, like, stripping out Battle.net is a kind of a really big thing, but honestly, if you can LAN and P2P, it's, something. It's just right now, I think, until they stop support for the Battle.net version, that may be the better choice.
It depends what you're looking for, I guess.
True.
But I am glad this a version does exist with presumably unlocked frame rate. That is nice.
My friends on another chat said that it's rumored they're going to do Warcraft 1 and 2 as well on GOG. That would be really, big.
That'd be nice. Now give me Warcraft 3. The game was my jam.
They just updated Warcraft 3 with a, 18 versus 18 map thing.
Whoa.
Yeah, they updated Warcraft 3 for some reason with this big ass, battle, I was going to say Battle Royale, but that means something different now. Big ass, battle thing where you fight, a ton of people versus a ton of people, and it seems interesting, but...
Team Deathmatch?
Yeah, that thing.
Team Deathmatch.
But yeah, it looks...
Team Deathmatch.
Team Deathmatch.
Yeah. Okay. Maybe they'll release 3 as well on GOG. That would be nice.
Team Deathmatch.
But then you'd have no Battle.net. That's depressing.
Oh, yeah, that is the thing. But, LAN and peer-to-peer, so long as those exist, people...
But how will I play my original Dota?
Team Deathmatch.
Yeah, that's probably the answer. Yeah,
Team Deathmatch Dota.
Speaking of, yeah, I got nothing.
Shoving your face into
Yeah, speaking of poking animals, because we were talking about poking cows earlier, have you ever wanted to stick your face in a duck's butt? Then Nintendo has got the solution for you. Introducing the new VR cardboard Labo duck butt simulator. You can put your face into it. There you go. $20 a pop.
Right?
But it's interesting that Nintendo's gone with VR, huh?
Yeah, it is. It kind of it fits because the Nintendo Labo stuff was always kind of just a curiosity thing. It's like a quirky, gimmicky. Hey, you got some extra money and you want to have a cool, evening with your kids who maybe don't play games so much, but you kind of want to spend time with them and maybe build a cardboard thingo together and have them wow at some neato effects with motion controls. Here, have a Labo. You know what I mean? It's kind of. It kind of makes sense that they would put VR into there, if anything, because it's kind of that little spin-off, sidey, niche, if you wanna kind of thing.
I've heard of Google Cardboard before, but this is ridiculous.
Oh!
No, it does actually seem kind of cool, to be honest.
Yeah.
Except for the fact that it's 60 hertz on the screen, so you're gonna get motion sickness more than likely.
Yeah.
It's also expensive.
It is a bit expensive.
Well, you can buy the starter pack for $40, and then it doesn't cost any more to get the other things than it would be to get the complete pack out of the to begin with. So,
Yeah. See, everybody.
I guess you could always save money by just making your own cardboard.
In the end, I think Labo is a good idea. It's just they don't go all the way with the final product. It's the journey, not the destination, and the journey only lasts a day.
Exactly. Once you've got it all put together, you kind of have a novelty at best. There's no real core game that makes super. It's just like VR in that sense. There's no real core game. Yeah.
There's nothing novel about shoving your face into a bird's butt.
Listen, I've shoved my face into a lot of things' butts, so I think I know a thing or two. Listen here. But yeah, I'm actually showing the picture right now on stream, or I should be. I think the capture is active. But yeah, we weren't kidding. That is a duck with a butt in somebody's face. You see it. You all see it. There it is. Nintendo Labo.
Cosplay as an elephant. What I've always been wanting.
It looks like a duck. Like the neck is long enough to be a duck. You know what I mean? Like a seagull, perhaps. I could see that being a seagull.
I mean, it is wide.
Some sort of aquatic bird of some sort.
It's shitting in your eyes.
So does anyone know if these Labo things are selling now? The original ones I can understand selling because, this is interesting and new, I'll try it out. But then the reviews came in and it was very much, And then, the later ones, are they selling still?
I have no idea. I've heard
I guess VR will sell a lot more, considering it's a novelty.
Yeah, it'll be a low-cost novelty for people who are looking at other VR things, platforms like the Vive and PSVR, and they already have a Switch or something like that. So, to get access to VR, all they have to do is spend $20 to $80. There's a $40 package, there's an $80 package, and 2 expansion sets at $20 each. So it's kind of a relatively low investment to get a taste of VR of some nature. So I think that's kind of who it's aimed at.
Well, I'd pay $20 to shove my face in a duck's butt.
And it'll be worth every dollar.
But then again, I'm going Quackers.
Oh my goodness. Well, you do fit the bill. Birds of a feather. Okay, let's. Speaking of, you were gonna make a sweet segue.
I was, but at this point, I don't think one needs to be deserved, or I don't think one is deserved.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
Nintendo, who else is going Quackers? Nintendo asking their mobile game partners to tone down microtransactions.
Yep.
That works. Nailed it. First try. Team Deathmatch.
Team Deathmatch! So, I don't play Nintendo mobile games.
I play one of them.
I used to play another one of them.
I have a friend who played Mario Run and was like, it's okay.
I played Fire Emblem.
Mario Run is it's okay. It's not a bad game.
So yeah.
I was just going to say, I kind of dropped off Fire Emblem quickly enough that I forgot that I played it.
It's doing well. I know that.
Is it though? So at one point, let me see.
Fire Emblem Heroes, it's got like one of the greatest revenues.
Interesting, because apparently the CEO of DNA Corporation, or corporate, fucking Isao Moriyasu. There we go.
Moriyasu!
Yeah, sure, why not? His company made Miitomo, Super Mario Run, Fire Emblem Heroes, Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, and eventually to be released Mario Kart Tour. He said that the only one of their games that isn't struggling is their independently developed and heavily monetized Megiddo 72.
Yeah, it's bullshit.
Okay. See,
smells like bullshit to me.
When he says struggling, he may have a different definition for that.
It's not making all the money.
Yeah, it's not making just obscene amounts of money off whales and squeezing everyone for every dime they have.
Because I swear there was like an article a long while back saying that Fire Emblem Heroes and I think also Dragalia Lost were some of the games that like got the most revenue on mobile games ever.
Oh wow, really?
I think.
With Fire Emblem Heroes, I still see people like going for those banners to get those husbandos and stuff.
Yeah.
Got to get that Roy Battle Edition or whatever that they get the multiple versions of the same thing.
Listen, you gotta understand. Roy's
our boy.
Yes.
Thank you. Thank you for corroborating this fact.
It's still popular. I don't know if it's making money, but it's popular.
Oh yeah, among Fire Emblem fans, ought to be very popular.
Yeah. But on the whole, Nintendo is trying to is telling all of its third-party developers, or I don't know, is it second-party? Because they're kind of
they're mobile developers.
All its mobile developers.
Second-party, technically.
Yeah, it would be second-party. All its mobile developers to tone down microtransactions and kind of keep them on the down low, because apparently Nintendo is seeing their mobile games as more of a way to kind of promote and get the brand out there and the characters and kind of both drum up affection for their series as well as kind of get it to more people who wouldn't have seen it otherwise, people who are mostly on their phone and be like, oh hey, this Mario character is cute, or like, oh neat, Fire Emblem is a thing that I might like and maybe I could be a fan of the series.
Like the original reason why they even went mobile is because their investors were pushing them to like have a mobile presence.
I do remember that.
Yeah.
Yep. I bet the I wonder
if
you're not
making all the money. You need more microtransactions. Exactly. What is this?
I can just imagine that.
Oh, your games are struggling. You could be making more money.
But
all I know is that Yoko Taro loved Animal Crossing Pocket Camp. You played it like crazily for a year.
As long as you don't spend any money on these games.
Yeah, I think Nintendo's got a very friendly idea when it comes to their mobile titles.
On one side we have Epic Games, on the other side we have Nintendo. Now let's have them fight.
I mean, neither is particularly good these days.
It's not.
Nintendo's gotten very greedy with their stuff.
Yeah, their online service.
Way back. I think nowadays Nintendo's a little bit better than they used to be.
I think they're kind of... I've seen them in like a worse light than I've ever seen them, honestly.
Really, with the whole like monopoly shit with their consoles and the making sure that you can't if you develop for us, you can't develop for the other people.
Okay,
before that was
it's
illegal.
better than it was in the 80s and 90s.
Yeah.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, it was better than it was before I was born. That's okay.
You weren't born in the 90s?
I was born in the 2s, the 92s.
Only 90s kids will remember this.
I don't remember anything.
Team
frankly.
Deathmatch.
It's all just blank until I turn 20.
Team Deathmatch.
I have no idea why this meme is thing, but I want it. I want to be part of it.
P.O. Team Deathmatch.
But I think the golden years were with Iwata more than anything.
Yes. Iwata had a very affable philosophy, and he ran the company very well.
The only problem about Iwata's era, especially towards the end, is that the game library not that good. At least not his first console. Console.
Yeah.
Have you seen the picture of the guy who's running it now? He's so grumpy.
Yep, sounds like Nintendo.
Yep,
Grumpiest people you'll ever met.
The person before Iwata and after Iwata, grump.
Also grumpy.
So much grump.
What is it, a family business?
Once you get old, apparently Japanese companies tend to, I don't know if Nintendo is the same way. It could easily be that Nintendo thinks differently, but Japanese companies tend to favor seniority over experience and ability, I want to say. So like if you're kind of the oldest, grumpiest grump in the company, you will have a very high chance of getting promoted to the head over basically anyone else just for the sake of being old.
I mean,
it definitely was like that. I don't know about now. I think now they just kind of put it to the next guy in line, after Iwata, because Iwata was like, you're the best around. Nothing's gonna ever take you down.
What's that?
Iwata was fucking godly.
Iwata was fantastic. He was an absolute sweetheart, and he was canny, and he knew what he was doing, and he's just a good guy.
Yeah.
And now we're depressed.
Oh, poor Iwata.
Yeah. We need to find a way to revive him.
We need to find somebody as smart as Iwata to take the reins again.
Not gonna happen.
I said need, not should plan to. Yeah, that's yeah.
We need to find more people named after Mario villains. We have Doug Bowser,
who was a former EA executive.
Which is what you really need if you want to be working for Nintendo. As Bowser.
We need more people. We need a Wirt.
A Wart.
Why isn't Wirt in more games, damn it? He's only in 2.
I don't know. He's a Doki Doki Panic character, and Nintendo was like, he's slimy. We don't want him in the house. Bowser's gonna.
But look at Shy Guys; they're everywhere.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah, well, that applies to real life as well.
God damn it! I want work. I think we've run out of things to talk about.
But yeah, supposedly Dragalia Lost was rebalanced to make it easier later on, which, I mean, I fully believe because they shove the summoning stuff down your throat all over you.
They do. I very much appreciate that, too.
Yeah.
I definitely don't feel like I'm losing out not buying things, which is one of the core things to make me feel compelled to buy any sort of DLC or microtransaction. Because I haven't, but I will if they do it right, It's just like, make me feel like I'm getting the absolute full experience, make me feel like I'm not missing out on anything at all, and I will be very inclined to buy any sort of DLC that you get. Like, Dissidia was all over it. Vesperia, bought the DLC, why not? Because Vesperia is fantastic, and it feels great, and I don't feel like any of the DLC is necessary, and that's why I want it. But like games like Mega Man, I think it was 9 or something like that, where Proto Man and like a bunch of game modes were sold separately as DLC. Like, I played through that game and I was like, this game does feel incomplete. Like, I love it. It's good. Mm. It's a good game. But I was like, it doesn't feel good. Like, it's not full, and they want me to pay this extra for this stuff. It's like, yeah, well, I like your game, but fuck off. And so I didn't buy it. So like, in that sense, Dragalia Lost has got me poised to like, if I were to spend money on any sort of microtransactions, it would probably be on that game, but like, yeah. I actually I haven't, but it's an idea.
I mean, the game doesn't just have microtransactions, it has like other things to incentivize you spending money. Like starter packs, and then like you've got the half stamina thing, and...
That's right. They do have a lot of...
This one options. I found interesting. Like, supposedly one of the things you can buy is like extra objectives that reward you, so...
Really?
It seems to be the case.
That's interesting.
Extra objective rewards. Yeah. But yeah. Apparently, a senior executive said that Nintendo prefers the Mario Run model, which involves a free-to-play trial and then a down payment up front.
I like that model too. I very much like that model.
Yeah.
It's the best thing for consumers is to have like a healthy relationship with the people distributing the games, I think. And like, you don't want to be taken advantage of and have more of your money taken than necessary, but you also don't want to be taking the game for free from them, because obviously you kind of want them to survive and do more games in the future if you happen to like that game. So like, in that sense,
I still want to take advantage of them being free. They don't offer anything worthwhile. At least no game except for the Rays has.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I miss the Rays.
But yeah, it feels like because more games are going to this whole microtransaction bullshit. Like, eventually people are going to run out of money to spend on your bullshit franchise.
Oh yeah, no, I was thinking like, yeah, exclusively for like mobile games or niche games. I don't think it really.
Never
has
mind,
any
like the
place
live service games that we've got going on and everything.
I hate the live service.
Hey, it'll be fixed later. We can put out a piece of trash game. It'll be fine in a few years, so don't complain now about it being unplayable.
And buy it now so that later, we can just shut it down and,
Yeah, and all your money, all the things you purchased as microtransactions, they're completely worthless. Bye.
Yep.
What's an end-of-life plan?
Yeah, that's a downer.
Yeah, no.
I love the live service games. They're single player coming out. It's like, what?
Yeah, they'll get you in, coming for more, then you'll spend more money. I'm gonna turn players into payers.
And single players,
yeah, right.
Why am I have to be on this server? And what?
Oh yeah, servers are great. You've got companies that release games and are like, oops, no game for you, the server's down.
Yeah, really. Can't connect to the server, no game.
Even though there's nothing the server really does, it's just, trying to get you to, money.
And you've got things like de novo, like, do you still own the game? You still own the game. Let me just check one more time. Yeah, you're still owning the game. Here, I'm just going to check constantly and, like, impede your progress because this was poorly implemented. Yep, You still own the game. Yep. You sure do own the game.
And they take, like, no responsibility for coding it.
Let me just check if you still own the game.
Properly. Yeah, exactly. They're just like, well, if
ad
you...
nausea.
Yeah, if you...
I've noticed that Steam has been verifying my games a lot more lately. Doing that whole, like, your game has an update, but we actually didn't update it. We just made sure that you own it.
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah.
Speaking of DRM, Devil May Cry 5...
But I mean, I'll take a one-off, hey, you still own it, rather than a, oh, hey, we're constantly checking and we're implementing it so it has to check during gameplay.
Yeah.
Because then you get CPU issues, and like Devil May Cry 5 supposedly runs way worse with it with de novo. Because it is checking during gameplay constantly.
Speaking of CPU issues, I've had this thing where apparently Windows' newest update like screws with your CPU.
Oh right. We should talk about that slightly. The new update, when Windows is coming out, apparently it screws with your gameplay with your game.
How? What happens? What go?
Your games play at very low frame rates.
Yeah, and I noticed it. Like today I was playing Katamari and I'm like, why is it running shit? And then I started like, getting rid of all my tasks and being like, is it because I have too many YouTube videos going or something? No, it turns out it's this update.
Oh. Well,
it is update KB4482887. Microsoft has confirmed that this is an issue.
Oh, that might be what Cherry's having trouble with. But I also doubt it.
It released March 1st and can actually degrade graphics and mouse performance in some games.
Yep.
Phenomenal.
You're welcome.
So, did they issue a potential hotfix, perhaps?
Not yet.
Any idea when maybe
you can uninstall it.
All right, well, there's that.
Revert to the thing you had before.
It installed it automatically for me.
Ugh. Ugh.
Yep.
But you can blacklist it so it doesn't install again.
Hey, it's still better than that one update that deleted files and in some cases completely bricked computers.
Oh, Windows.
I had a friend who got bricked by that previous update. The one that deleted files. So, yeah, that was not good.
Yikes. Was there any way, did they just have to reinstall Windows?
I didn't know what they had to do, but yeah.
Good. Great. Amazing. That's good job, Windows. Yeah, I need to roll back that update then, because I am currently up to date as far as I can tell. And yeah, don't really want that.
No, not at all.
Speaking of updates in DRM, Devil May Cry 5 has de novo, and apparently got cracked pretty much day one.
Yeah, they released a version of it. Well, it didn't get cracked. It was actually released by Capcom, like a DRM-free version. And then they released it because they realized they fucked up with de novo.
Oh.
So yeah, I mean, you can't crack it if nobody can crack your de novo if you just release it without the DRM. It apparently uses like 7% of your CPU resources, but I don't know in what context that was. That was with Digital Foundry.
Yeah, that was a Digital Foundry video that I didn't watch, but I did see a screenshot posted from it, kind of comparing the performance. Yeah, I guess I need to try out the DRM-free version and see how that runs.
It's like a DRM-free EXE that you can download for your current version, but that's what I read.
That's convenient, so you just drag and drop it right in the install directory?
It's kind of like an old-school crack, apparently.
Neat.
But, speaking of Devil May Cry 5, I'm kind of pissed at it because it puts co-op on the whole front of the box, and it's like, that's not co-op.
It's not really co-op.
Yeah,
it's not co-op at all. Co-op. It's cameos, literally what they call it. But I'm like, I gotta get my friend this, and we'll play Devil May Cry co-op together, like Bayonetta. You can't even do it with your friends.
Yep.
It's randos only.
You get to see random people online traveling through the.
This is cool. I just think it's mismarketed.
I don't understand what the point is, because the friends don't actually affect your world, or the people you see don't affect your world at all. Like, the enemies they fight are not available to you; they're somewhere else. You'll never fight them. You just watch.
It's the same as Dark Souls and the little phantom guys that you see, except for
yes,
just doesn't have the more to.
But my game hitches for a split second every time I connect to a new player. So it's actually affecting the gameplay experience by trying to get me to connect with this person. And I'm just like, I don't want this. This is
the first time they've actually done this, by the way. Resident Evil 6, they did it. But Resident Evil 6, you actually could affect each other because you had to finish your side of the thing before their side of the thing could finish.
Right.
So, by the way, I played Resident Evil 6 long after anyone's playing online, so no one joined mine. It was AIs all the way. Resident Evil 6 is really fun co-op, though.
It is.
Yeah.
It's like eating McDonald's. You're like, this is horrible, but Big Macs, they're pretty good.
Horrible? I mean, have you seen Chris and Leon's interactions? I mean, it's enough to make any Yowie fans.
I want Jake Mueller in new Resident Evil games.
Yeah,
you know who Jake Mueller is?
Wesker's son.
Yes!
Spoilers.
He has Kung Fu. And he uses it on super mutants.
And Slavs.
And then there's a special, cutscene at the end where it shows he goes Dante on the fucking super mutants. He goes to third world countries and he's like, I will kill those monsters for an apple. And they're like, okay, here's an apple. He's like, yeah, fuck yeah. I want him to be a character in the new Resident Evils, but he's never coming back.
I just want a scene where he says, "You will give me an egg."
Oh, that would be great. But sadly, I don't think you can call each other for stuff in Resident Evil 6. One big reason why it's worse than Resident Evil 5.
Yeah, but you can butt slide in Resident Evil 6, so I mean, it sort of balances out.
That is pretty tempting.
Yeah, but you guys are gonna have to stream Resident Evil 6 after 5 because that's still fun.
Oh,
yeah. Yeah. That is 100% on the docket, yes.
But I have to get into the earlier Resident Evils, actually, so that someday I can play 2. You know, I gotta beat 1. 1 is very good, it's also kinda old school because they made it like a 1-to-1 remake gameplay-wise.
Yeah.
It's fun, yeah. It's a lot better than the original, in my opinion.
Except for the voice acting.
You can mod in the voice acting.
Of course you can.
Yes. You, the master of unlocking.
Take it with you.
Take this voice acting with you. You, the master of unlocking.
That was too close. You were almost a Jill sandwich.
And then there's a Jill sandwich in Dead Rising.
What?
Yeah, there's a Jill sandwich shop in Dead Rising.
Really?
Yes.
Well, that's awesome.
Holy shit!
Also, when they first got the we're going to do the remake of DuckTales. Originally, they wanted to get all the DuckTales voice actors to do like lines about like Jill sandwiches and stuff like that, but Disney was like, "No, you see, these people are from Duckburg, and they wouldn't say things that don't make sense in Duckburg.
Yeah,
you must treat them as real people from Duckburg."
Real people from Duckburg.
Yes, they have to like you have to like stick to the canon of DuckTales. So you can't have like memes and stuff from Scrooge McDuck. Like if you rent them out like as like sponsorship of like, you know, like I want a Cossack of, you know, DuckTales people, they have to act in character all times.
You're kidding. That's some crazy shit. Wait.
So yeah, I think we're pretty much done.
I think it's pretty much time to wrap up. Actually, yeah. I do want to know, first of all, which Dead Rising has the Jill sandwich shop, though.
I think it's the first one, but I'll see. 1 second.
That makes sense.
That makes sense.
It's either the first or the second. That's where all the personality is.
Hey, I know. Fourth one had great personality.
You know what? No, number 4 did have a lot of personality. It was just terrible. It was just all terrible. It was god awful. Oh God, Frank, you absolute
Jill's Sandwiches is a Paradise Plaza restaurant on the first floor of Paradise Plaza in Dead Rising.
Oh my God, I love it. I love it. Why do I not notice that? Jesus. I played Dead Rising 1 so much.
It's so good. That's the reason why I bought an Xbox 360.
Oh, play the PC version. It's all unlocked frame rate and whatnot.
I know, it's so
and
good.
It's such a good port too. Like it's really well optimized and everything. Just it's good stuff. I like it.
It's so good.
It really is. Dead Rising 1, you lovely thing. And Dead Rising 2 and Off the Record are entirely co-op, and that's something I've wanted to stream for a long time.
It's so good, and I've wanted to play it for so long, but I just don't want to like micromanage so much, so I haven't played it yet. Like again, like I played through 2 co-op, but I haven't finished Off the Record co-op because I don't feel like going back into it and being like, I gotta microwave manage all these survivors.
I guess I get you. Like I think I've just played it so much that like it's become second nature, and it doesn't really. Doesn't
I
really
still
give.
gotta go through 2 and get all the survivors. I got like 98% of them.
I remember one of the achievements in Off the Record was like take the first survivor you find, which is a lady, a pharmacist. I don't remember her name, and bring her to the second to last boss of the game, like at the very, very tail end of the game, like the last hour. And I'm just like, I don't understand how that's possible, because every time you go into the safe house and a survivor is following you, they get put into the safe house and you get the XP. So it's like, how would you ever... You'd have to never go into the safe house. But then again, you have to go into the safe house to trigger story cutscenes. And I'm like, what do I have to do? Do I have to get her stuck on level geometry and then just go into the safe house without her? And come back out before her health drains completely, refill her, and then keep her going? The answer is yes. The answer is yes, that's exactly what happens and exactly what you do. And it's absolutely... Because whenever you leave a room with a survivor who's following you, who's active, and they're in a different loading zone, they will take continual damage from zombies. And you don't ever have to worry about them turning, unless they reach 0 health, thankfully. But yeah, so you basically have to go into the safe zone, trigger all the cutscenes as fast as possible, come back out, find what's-her-face, give her whatever hot dogs and fucking soda pop you have stuffed in your jacket, and then carry her.
Goods.
Yeah, exactly. And then carry her into the final boss and give her a weapon, and she has to fight through all those. Like, it's so hard when you first start the game to get even one survive. Like, if you have 2 survivors on you, it's hard to make them both survive to the safe house. They're very stupid, they're very vulnerable, and that's part of the challenge of the game.
I remember giving a mini chainsaw to the survivors in the first game, and they kill each other.
Oh fuck yeah! Don't give them that. Yeah, like one of the safest things is to give them a handgun of all things, because handguns do like piddly-wink damage, but they cause zombies to stagger. So like if you could just let them stagger the zombies with and they never run out of ammo. It's
I also gave them sledgehammers. That was a bad.
Oh, that's no.
Oh no! That's a no.
Oh, no. Yeah, you want to be real careful with the melee weapons you give them. Yeah, that's a bet. Oh gosh, if you give them a katana, they will just go ham on whatever is near you, and you will just be like, well, now I'm dead.
Well, it wasn't me that was the problem. It was the allies that we were with. You know.
Yeah, they certainly go.
I never knew a head could pop that easily. Why is it all zombie games heads are made of paper mache?
I don't know, because it's funny, I guess. Yeah, I have 219 hours in Off the Record, apparently, and 115 in Dead Rising 1. I got all the achievements in both of those, and my favorite... Oh god,
you did the, survive for a very long time one?
Oh god, I didn't want to. I told myself I wasn't going to. And then I did every achievement, and I still wanted to play the game. I'm like, well, fuck. Now I have to, don't I? So I did.
You got the real Mega Buster.
Uh-huh.
Like crazy person.
Mm-hmm. I don't recommend anyone doing it. It's unpleasant.
Especially on an Xbox 360 with a disc, because apparently it goes so long that it will melt the disc tray.
Yeah, it's you have to leave your game running for something like 18 real-world hours or something like that.
You have to survive not just leave the game running, you have to survive in the stupid challenge mode where you keep eating. You have to eat because your health...
I remember, but you have to do it for like 18 straight hours. And so what I did was, obviously I didn't stay up for those full 18 hours. What I did was, and I had a lot of missed runs, I basically stockpiled a shit ton of food in a place where zombies couldn't get me, in a place where, like, I dropped the food items that wouldn't spoil, and I kept in my inventory the food oh wait, no, food items spoil in your inventory, don't they? I think they do. What the heck did I do with spoilable food items? Jesus. Maybe I cooked them? I don't think cooked food spoils. There was some nonsense I had to do, and I basically alt-tabbed and watched videos and kept my ear open for if I was getting attacked by zombies, and had a timer running, and basically just ate whenever the timer ticked down. Like, fundamentally, it's a neat mode. It is, because it's basically your health is continually depleting, you have to eat to survive, there's a limited amount of food in the plaza, and there are zombies everywhere, so that's not going to help anybody. But the thing is, there are psychopaths that will appear as boss fights. They're the boss fights in the game, and they will drop food whenever you kill them. So, and those appear endlessly on a loop. So if you kind of memorize the times that they show up, you can actually get into a loop of like chaining boss fights together and getting functionally infinite food. So you can actually do it that way, and I like it because it's a little more pressing. It's a different kind of mode. It's very open. You're not under any strict schedule to fail a story mission or anything like that. You just have to play boss fights the game, and you can get food. The problem is, it's significantly easier, and the fact that you have to do it for like 18 hours... No one wants to fight bosses for 18 hours straight. That's fucking ludicrous.
The issue is the length of time it takes to unlock it.
It's absurd. It's a fun mode for like 2-3 hours, maybe. Like, and that's
it would be great if it was like optional, but like to get all the achievements and stuff, it's not optional. It's flat out.
Yep.
Gotta do it.
So primary strategy is to manage your time so that you've got a huge stockpile of food. You only eat when you're about to die. And yeah, so I basically had a timer running. I was watching videos, and then I had to sleep at one point. And I was just like, well, got to set a timer for 45 minutes, otherwise I'll die. I basically got up every 45 minutes to feed my stupid dumbass Frank West, all because I wanted a Mega Buster. The hell?
I love Frank West as a character. He's very, they actually got rid of Frank West from the first game because they said he wasn't, didn't have a character to him. Like, he didn't have a personality?
So this may seem silly, but...
He didn't have a personality? He covered wars, you know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he has the crazy-ass personality of... What?
Yeah, I think he does have a personality, but, his blandness is kind of part of his personality in that it's a bit played for laughs a lot of times. He is a genuine character in that, he's kind of cocky, he's pretty dopey... He's a little bit dumpy. And he
canonically will just change clothes in the Wilmot, because why not?
Yeah. Oh god, I have a picture of, Frank in a horse head and a dress carrying a purse or something like that. It's, one of my favorite pictures from that game.
The greatest is that little superhero outfit.
Oh, wait, the one with the shirt that doesn't go all the way down, Frank?
Yeah, because it's too small and it's a superhero outfit, and you bounce in it, and
yeah. I like the Mega armor from that game. That was fun. I like dressing up as Mega Man X, and especially in Dead Rising 2 Off the Record, where the Proto Man armor actually gave tangible benefits. That was fun. Oh, the thing is, Off the Record, you actually have to hack your game to give you the final piece of Proto Man armor, because it is a known glitch that it won't unlock once you satisfy all the conditions. So obviously I did everything in that game. I got all the achievements, and I never got the final piece of Proto Man armor. I'm like, this is not right. I don't think this is correct. And it takes a lot, because you have to gold rank every single player challenge and co-op challenge or something like that. It's something ridiculous, some huge time investment. And yeah, it just never unlocks, and you'd never get the full set bonus because whatever, I guess. And you basically have to edit the game's database files to have a spawner for the full outfit located somewhere. I put it in the storehouse. So you just put on the outfit. It's now you unlocked Proto Man's shirt or whatever the heck, and then save your game after that, and you pretty much be golden. Yeah,
did you ever play the Xbox 360 exclusive Dead Risings?
I did not. No.
The little demo one was pretty fun. Okay, my friend. First I played, normal. I got through the game, the little demo thing. Mm-hmm. My friend was like, "Okay, I gotta do this right." So what he does is wait until the end countdown, and then right before it counted down to 0. He went and made a beer hat out of in the workbench, so that when it ended the cutscene, it went into the cutscene of him going up and Katie's a zombie, and he's wearing the beer hat, going, "No, Katie!" He's wearing a beer hat, going, "Katie, no!" And it's just so great. We make fun of that all the time, because it's just, "Katie, no! I had to do something really important. I'm sorry."
Yeah, so here, I love Dead Rising, but I've actually never played Dead Rising 2 Vanilla. Is it played as straight as I think it is? Because Off the Record is silly as hell, and I love it.
Vanilla is very silly as well.
Okay, good.
You're not Frank West. You're this
Chuck
other guy,
Green.
so you're a little bit, more, serious,
Grounded.
but you're still wacky. Like, you can still get a Cerbot head, put up, all kinds of stuff together on it, and shoot people with it.
Nice.
And there's still wacky people in the game. It's still good. Nowadays, you're never gonna find anyone to play the competitive multiplayer stuff, but that's fine because really that all that did was just get you cheap money.
The competitive Terror's Reality, that minigame, yeah?
Yeah, I played it. It was fun-ish, but it didn't need to be there.
Yeah, what was
the only thing you're going to miss from Off the Record is you can't Zombrex anywhere. You have to bring the Zombrex all the way back to Katie.
Yeah, because Katie's the one that eats the Zombrex. Or not eats, but, sticks it in her eye and injects it, or whatever the heck she does.
I suggest that you should totally play it.
No, I intend to, frankly. I have the game. I just haven't, gotten around to it. Co-op Dead Rising is so much fun.
I'm also interested in playing Dead Rising 3. I hear it's better than it should be because they were going for more of a Call of Duty style thing, but apparently it's still fun.
There's a lot you have to get past. You can have fun with it. I did play it. I had some degree of fun.
Does the Kinect functionality work on the PC version with microphones? Because you used to be able to, with the Kinect, you could just swear at the bosses and they get pissed at you.
Fucking really?
Shit.
Yes, literally, some bosses didn't like you swearing, so you'd say shit and they'd attack you.
That's actually awesome.
Yeah, I don't know if it's in the PC version, but in the Kinect version, there was you could shout swear words at some bosses and they'd fumble and rage at you.
That's actually really interesting because the personalities of the bosses do play a lot into how you are meant to engage them in previous games.
Yes. Oh, remember that the Vietnam veteran guy?
Yes.
That song is still on my rotation.
Nice.
Oh, good. But yeah, the demo is really good on the 360. If you ever get a modded 360 and can just throw it on there, go for it. It's 2-hour game. You can get a moose head and just run at people. It's pretty fun.
Oh yeah, you can do that in Off the Record as well.
Yeah. And then Case West is really fun. It's just it was the return of Frank West at the time.
Yeah, that was the first time he kind of came back, and as far as I saw from cutscenes, because I had a co-op partner who had played through it, and she was like, "Yeah, you definitely want to play it, or at least watch the cutscenes." I'm like, "All right," and I kind of looked at the cutscenes. I'm like, "Oh wait, Frank is frankier than ever. I actually kind of like this." So yeah,
I love Frank. He's I love the fact that he's in the game. He not just it's not just the player doing these crazy things. Frank West is the type of person that would do the crazy thing.
Right.
So many people saying, he's such a personality-less character. No, he is doing all these wacky things. I really want to play Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite Story Mode and see how Frank West is handled.
I wonder. That was before 4, wasn't it? So that's like OG Frank West, yeah?
It's still OG Frank West, but I'm pretty sure it was after 4.
Is it still TJ Bertolo? Did they get him for that?
I don't know.
Oh, they gotta get him for that.
I really need to get Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite because apparently it's a lot better than everyone thought it was, because it's still played on the side of tournaments, how they have tournaments, official games in the tournaments, and then they have fans do side tournaments. Well, it's still in the side tournaments and stuff like that.
Yeah. As far as fighting games go, people did tend to enjoy it. It was just everything surrounding the game that put people off so hard. Yeah.
Also, we should wrap this up, I think.
Yeah, sorry, we kind of went off on a Dead Rising tangent.
So good!
Hey, I only lasted 15 minutes.
Okay.
Hey, you guys get to do Vesperia, I get Dead Rising.
I mean, to be fair with Vesperia, it was timely.
Yeah. Well, at least we put this at the end.
I wish that Frank West was timely.
I mean, it's kind of ironic considering his games are based so heavily around time mechanics.
Also, Biv says that it's OG voice actor.
Really? Nice. Good. Excellent. Like it. Into it.
I'll be buying it next sale.
Okay.
All right.
Well, bye.
Yeah. Okay. All right. See you. Thank you for tuning in. I hope we didn't. Hope we didn't kill you with our Dead Rising. Sorry. All right. I'll see you guys. Same time next week. It's always same time, same place.
Bye. Unless it isn't.
Unless it isn't, but you'll know if it isn't because I usually edit the title of the stream to reflect if it has changed times. So yeah. See you guys. Thank you for watching. It's been fun.
Later.